Have you ever wanted to say you're fired to your buyer's agent? Well, if you have, I'd like to help you understand how you can fire your buyer's agent. So stay tuned. Hey, Laura Gallant here with Mountain Prairie Living, empowered by ERA Shields, and welcome to my channel where I answer questions about the home buying and selling process. I talk about neighborhoods of Colorado Springs and this stinking awesome place I get to live in. In today's video, I'm going to offer you the how when you need to fire your buyer's agent. So let's get into it. Here's what's important to know. If you've not signed a buyer agency, it's simple. Just let them know that you no longer want to work with them, thank them for their time, and just tell them that you're moving on. Do it as soon as possible though, because remember, we have spent many hours behind the scenes prepping for house showings for you. So don't take them along for a ride for 20 or 30 houses and then tell them you're no longer going to use them. First of all, most buyer's agents are going to want you to sign a buyer contract right away, and there's a reason why, because they hope to be paid. All the work they're doing before a buyer agency is entered into is free, and so they are hoping to earn your business by building that relationship. But if it didn't work out, let them know as soon as possible. Now, this is important to know. If you have entered into a buyer agency, what you need to understand is you've entered into a contract with the brokerage. So I work for ERA Shields. If you go into a buyer agency with me, you've gone into a buyer agency with ERA Shields. I am representing them, but you have gone into a brokerage or a buyer agency with the brokerage. So that's an important piece to know. If you decide to terminate that contract, the first person you talk to is your buyer's agent. Tell them, I really want out of this contract. I'm not comfortable with our relationship. Tell them the truth, or whatever it is you need to tell them. But tell them that you would like to terminate the buyer agency. A good, respectful professional probably already knows that that was coming if the relationship was not going well, and they should let you out of the contract and send over a contract termination for you right away. But if they don't, my suggestion is to contact the managing or employing broker next. That's the brokerage of ERA Shields in my situation, or whatever brokerage that you went under contract with. When you contact the managing broker or the employing broker, they're probably going to ask you a little bit of feedback, and they may say to you, you know what? I'd love to be able to hand you off to another realtor in our office, another real estate professional that you might connect with better. Is that okay? And you can certainly say, nope, I'm done. I don't want to work with this organization. I want to move on to another one. And hopefully they will say, all right, we will terminate the contract and send over a contract termination. But be ready, that managing or employing brokers, their first intent is to try to find you another person who may fit with you better. Now, if you decide to not deal with the confrontation of it and you thought, well, heck, I'm just going to let the contract expire, you need to be aware of, at least in our state, we have what's called a holdover period, and it's written in the contract. Hopefully the buyer agent actually took you through the contract and explained all the different paragraphs to you. The holdover period, and it's anywhere from 30 days or 60 days or 90 days, whatever that buyer's agent placed into that box for the holdover period, says that if they showed you a home and later, after the contract is expired for 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days, you go back under contract with somebody else, you still owe that commission. So pay attention to the holdover period in the contract. Watch for it, look for it, because if you decide not to terminate the contract and let it expire, there's a holdover period that you may be held to and still have to pay that commission on top of your new realtor's commission. So you may be coming out of pocket for some money. So be aware of that. Real estate is relational. You should click or connect to that real estate professional pretty quickly. If you don't, let them go and move on. But if you do go under contract with a real estate professional and somewhere in the transaction it just gets uncomfortable, then let them go. Just tell them, I want to terminate this contract. If you are currently under contract on a home already, you may have to ride that through with that real estate brokerage and they can hand you a new real estate professional. So be aware of that. If you're already under contract, you will probably have to stay with that brokerage. You don't have to, but you would lose the contract that you've got on the home if you don't try to use a different realtor in that office to close that transaction. It's challenging, I get it, but you are in control. You should be comfortable. You should feel like you trust that person. And if you don't, you do have the right to terminate that contract. So does the realtor. Thanks so much for watching. I'm so glad you are here. Like and subscribe and share this video with a friend. If you'd like to know 5 tips on buying a home, then check out this video next. I'll see you on the next video and have a great day.